All right, guys, how y'all doing today? Um, Sorry, guys. Welcome to Start with Kings. I know I've not uploaded any videos or do some technicals since last week for about 1 week now. The thing is, I'm here for a long-term investment, so sometimes I'll come in and I give you some technicals for the week, and if you can understand what I'm saying, then that makes it easy for you because you need to understand the technical analysis for you to understand what I'm saying. But looking at in today's video, but before we get into that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching my videos, and for those that subscribing to the channel, I just want to say thank you. With all that being said, today we have Netflix right here. Everybody use Netflix. This is a global company right now. uh, this gives a lot of families, makes a lot of family come together to sit, have that family time after having a long day. So people pay just to have this quality service for their family and for their children. So for me, this is a good company. Last year, they split their stock. This stock price was about $1,500 on Netflix. So they had a stock split last year. So let's say if you had one share of this stock, then by now you'll be having about 10 shares because when they split their stocks, the price normally change and it gives you about 10 shares of that stock. So, but that's if you're really into stocks and you understand how the market works. But looking at another opportunity with Netflix. So, this is a good uh, company where their services are quality, quality if you want to talk about that. There are some historical, documentary movies, action movies, a lot, everybody use Netflix. But what I'm trying to say is you can make money if you know what you're doing. You see how much you're paying right here? You're paying you're spending about $25 every month. So for 12 months, that's about $300 every year that you're spending on Netflix. But you can still make the money back if you know what you're doing. Just like a lot of people like to drink coffee. And some people are making money from Starbucks. That's the stock, like the stock itself. So you can still patronize the business and still make money from the business, meaning whatever money you're spending there on buying coffee, you can still make it back. Same here, if you spend $300, you can buy one share of this stock and you can make your $300 back at the end of the year or even more. So, but I'm just here to share this opportunity. So whatever I'm saying is not, suggestion for you to buy or hold this stock. I'm just here to share opportunity. If you're looking into a long-term investment, this will be a good thing, like a year, 2 or 3. This is a good place to get in because this is a very fast-growing company. So when you're trying to invest, you need to find companies that you know that they have potentials, to grow in terms of the business. And before we get into the technicals, let's do some quick research. As you can see right here, let's go to the company itself. You see, uh, they've been killing all their revenues. Every year, the company be making pretty decent amount of money, you know, for the business. And you can see their track right here. They be doing pretty well. They be responding very well. So that shows a lot of growth within the company. So this is a company that I believe they're gonna bounce very well. They beat all their expectations, and right now this is a good place to actually get into this because a lot of people use this company services, and now they're into like live streams and sports. So you can even watch football games, all of that from Netflix. So with all that being said, if we go to 1 year, the stock price has been down about 8.8%. If you go year to today, we are down 3%. As you can see, we were around $75, then shoot all the way to almost $100 in just less than a month. Um, if we go back to 6 months, you can see we are down about 24%. So, as you can see, we were up here, and currently now we are down since last year. So this is a good opportunity because this stock can bounce back very fast because they have a lot of deals. There's a news that I read yesterday. Uh, Prince Harry signed, is it trying to sign a deal with Netflix, or they are talking to sign a deal for some, TV show that they want to do. So that is money. You know, countries like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, they are now investing into Netflix. So, and they have a lot of opportunities to actually grow more big, like more bigger than before. So 24%, that's a good percent if you're looking into investing, because you cannot get this from your bank. Because I know once this market bounce back, it's gonna go even higher than this. If you go monthly, we are still up about 9%. So this is a good company to look at. And another one is Disney, but I'm not talking about Disney as of today. Today is just for Netflix. Um, if we come in here to look at some technical analysis, I'm just gonna go based on this weekly time because, like I said, I'm here to tell you or show you some opportunity. It's for educational purpose. It's always good for you to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor or anything. I'm just here to just show you guys the opportunity that I'm seeing with this company. And as you can see, I have some level which I would love to actually get into Netflix. But before we get into this level, coming year, this was last year. This was during when Donald Trump was signed into the office. And you see, we had some correction that came into the market towards that time. That was last year, January, towards that time. Then uh, towards this time right here, we had a bounce off when the market started going back up. But before at this level, this is where the price went up to before we started going into correction, as you can see right here. So as of last year, when president came into the office, we had correction and we came down towards around $82. I think we came down to retest 81 or $80. And this was a good bounce. As you can see, we bounced off this level of support and the price went up to almost about 134%, which for me, that was almost 60 something percent, in return. That's a good return because you can't get that from your bank, 100%. As you can see, from that time till since June last year till this very year, last month we came down all the way to almost $74. So this is a good opportunity because I'm seeing opportunity with a lot going on right now, even if nobody's happy with the price of things going up with this whole war crisis. But at the end of the day, I believe they're gonna be peace at some point. And these are a good opportunity, for you to make money. So you can invest into any of this level. But from what I'm looking at right now, let's get into this. I don't want to keep this video too long, sorry. Um, as you can see right here, I'm looking at us retesting this level of support at around $65.52 at the end of this day. Sorry, at the end of this week. So I'm looking at before Friday. I'm looking for us to, either bounce off this level of 85, or we can stay about around this level of 85. Then coming into next week, we have some good news, some good data coming into the stock market. If there's a little pay stop, this could, actually, you know, push this price back up to retest this level of resistance at around $97. And possibly we can retest $100. So coming into next week, sorry, by the end of this week, I'm looking at us coming here. This is the first level. We could come here, we could end up at this support level at $85 by this Friday. Then coming into next week, we could have a bounce of that level. We could come down here by the end of this week. Then next week, we could come towards retesting this level of resistance around 79 and even 100. Then if we get a rejection, either at this level of 99 or at this level of or at the level of 96, then we could have another pullback towards retesting this 55. And if we can hold this level of support at this level, then we can take this price back up from this level. So I wouldn't really put my hope more for Netflix to come down to 95, sorry, to 75, but for us to come to 75, that means this is what I'll be expecting for the market to do. We end up retesting this level of 85 at the end of this week, then we get a rejection and the market keep going down next week. And we have a pullback and we break below this level, then I'll be looking at this 82, and which to me that would be a good level of support to buy. Because as you can see, I'm seeing a lot of liquidity sitting right here. Because from previous historical points, this was another strong level of support. So they are, they have a lot of buyers sitting right here, waiting for this price for market makers to bring this price back down there for them. So me, if you're looking into long term, you can start buying maybe 3 or 5, shares of this. Then when it comes down, then you can start buying more. Because right now nobody knows where the bottom could be. The bottom could be at this $85, then bounce from there, then up we go. But if we lose this level of 85, then I'm looking at us coming to retest 82, then bounce of this level because we have previous level uh, uh, of bullish movement at this point. So we could bounce off here and we could come back to retest this level. And if we can break above this level, then I'm looking at the price coming down all the way up here to retest 100 and 105 to 109. That's if we break above this level of resistance around $99, then the next level that I'll be looking at will be around 100. Or we could bounce up here, then come down here, then I'll wait for confirmation to see if we can hold this level. And if we can bounce off this level, then I can see Netflix going back up. And this could be towards April, maybe second week of April. But coming to this week, if we come down here and we get a rejection, by next week, if we come to retest this level, then push the price down, then I'll be looking at us coming back to retest this $75. And for me, that would be a very good deal if you're looking into long term with Netflix. Then if we go into daily, I want to see something. Yep, on the daily time, as you can see right here, we broke above, like the market opened above 50 moving average, and as you can see, we have a gap here. So I believe by the end of this week, we have to definitely come down to retest this level of 85. But the first level that we'll be retesting is going to be 86.90, and possibility of us bouncing off this level is, you know, possibilities are there 100%. So I'm looking at Netflix coming down to this level by Friday if the market keep going down, if we keep having some bad news coming up. But for us to break above, to go up, we need to come down to retest this level and close this gap. Then from there now we have more more possibility to bounce off this level. But if we fail to hold this level, like I told you guys, the next level is gonna be around $82. Then we can bounce off the day, then go. I'm not saying this is gonna happen tomorrow morning. This is technical for the next. I'm looking at 2 weeks from now. I'm showing you what I'm seeing from from the structure of the market. So that if I see this by Friday, before the market closes, I want to get in. Yeah, even if we have a pullback, I don't mind being in negative because I know definitely we could bounce off this level. Because if we gap if we close this gap coming into next week, sorry, coming into this Friday, we have to gap this level. Then next week we could have a bounce off here, you know. So right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. So I don't want to hold this video for a long time. And if we go back to weekly, let me bring MACD and see what this is telling. As you can see, this is MACD. This is a momentum indicator. As you can see right here, we've crossed the signal line on the MACD. So this is a good indication for me on a weekly time. We cross this signal line. And it's, if you look at the chart very well, we are still bullish, you know, on Netflix. So if Netflix come down to $85, for me, I'm not gonna look for the bottom because that could be the bottom. The bottom could be 82. The bottom could be 75. And if by next week or 2 weeks from now, we can break above this level of resistance around this zone right here. If we can break above this level 2 weeks from now, then I'm looking for us coming even more down to retest this level of resistance, sorry, support at around $69, which would be somewhere. So if by next week we get rejection right here, you see this red candle, oh sorry, this red line, we bounce off here, we close this here, next week we get rejection up here, and that pulls the market down for the next another extra 1 week. So I'm looking at 2 weeks and extra 1 week, that's 3 weeks from now for us to either see either of this movement. But before the end of this week and next week, I'll have my confirmation for where to get in. So if we close towards this level and we bounce off this level of resistance around 69 and stay above there by end of next week, then yes, we are coming up to, we are like, I'm looking at the up move. But at that point, what we'll be creating is going to be something like this. Right now, we have lower low, lower high. If we come down here, boom, we're going to create a lower high. Then boom, break this level, and what's going to be that? Higher high. Then pull back again, lower high, push up. That's what I'm looking at. So I just want to share this, and this is on a weekly time. So coming into this week, whatever I'm sharing here is not for day traders. They know how they play the game. You can still catch, some moves here. Coming from this level, you can catch $10 down, $7 down. And if you're doing option trading, that's a lot of money. So anyway, I don't want to keep this video for long, but for people that are looking into investing for a long time, I believe this movement that we have last year could repeat itself. So as you can see this pullback right here that we had, when we bounce off this level, that's the same thing that I'm looking at this very time. Let me zoom this out. You see this very play that we had last year, we could have the same replay here. When you see all this movement up here, these are all the movement right here. Then this pullback that we're having now, we could have a bounce off this level instead of coming down here. So me, I will start buying from this level to play up. But if you come down more, then I'll look for more opportunity towards 82 and 75. So just put your eye on Netflix. But me currently, normally what I do is I put my notification right here, and I can just go and chill. Sometimes you just gotta wait. If you watch my first video, I told you if you want to invest, you need to learn how to wait. So next, this is a good opportunity. So I'm just going to chill until I get this alert. Then I'll start, getting into the play. But that was all that I have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to bring more videos starting, from this time. Thank you, and have a good day.